Now we're going to get into my favorite part of oceanography, which is the marine mammals. Now, what makes a marine mammal a marine mammal? Well, marine mammals live in the ocean, have warm blood like we do. Okay, when you touch your skin, you're warm. That's because you're warm-blooded, and marine mammals are warm-blooded. They also have a backbone, just like you do, which makes you a mammal as well. They also have hair. Did you know that there are some things in the ocean that have hair? Well, marine mammals, guess what? They have hair. Now, it's not long, flowing hair like you, but they do have some hair somewhere on their body. Another thing is that they give live birth, they don't have eggs, and that their babies drink milk from their mothers. The last thing that makes a marine mammal is that it breathes air, just like you do. You breathe air through your nose and through your mouth. Well, a marine mammal has a thing called a blowhole on the top of its head, and that blowhole actually helps it to breathe air just like you do. Fish, if you remember, use gills, which the water flows in and out of the gills and they take the oxygen they need out of the water. Marine mammals don't do that. They actually come up to the surface, they will go back down, and then as they come up to the surface, that blowhole will suck in air and then they can go swimming under the water. The first exciting marine mammal we're going to talk about is the blue whale. The blue whale measures between 90 and 100 feet long. That's pretty big. And it can weigh 200,000 pounds. It's the largest animal to ever live. Baleen whale. What is a baleen whale? Well, baleen whale is a whale that has what's called baleen in its mouth, and that's how they eat. They are like hard, flexible, kind of like fingernail substance, stringy looking things that they use for food. It's like a filter. The water goes in and all these little krill or shrimp-like things get stuck in the baleen and the water rushes back out, and that's what they eat. You would think these gigantic whales ate something huge, but really they don't. They just eat these tiny little krill as meals. Humpback whale. What a cool animal. They actually emit a very high-pitched sound, which is their communication. They also can hear this sound from miles away. That's how high it is and how loud it is. Humpback whales actually get their name from the way that they look like a humpback, like they have a humpback when they are diving. Now, there is a group of whales called a toothed whale. Now, a toothed whale has exactly what I just said, teeth. So the first toothed whale we're going to talk about is called a sperm whale. Now, a sperm whale feeds on things like giant squid, okay? I don't know if you've ever seen one of these guys. They're huge. And a long time ago, back in the 18th and 19th century, they actually used sperm whales and they would hunt them down because they wanted to use their oil, the oil that comes out of their skin. And they used it, one, for lamps because you could light it, and also they used it for a perfume. Now let's talk about my favorite whale, which is the beluga whale. That's that big white one that you can see at like SeaWorld. He's cool. Now, a beluga whale lives in the Arctic. Well, why do you think he lives there? He's white like the snow. Beluga whales actually can be trained in captivity, and they actually perform a lot at different kind of ocean aquariums, kind of like SeaWorld. Now let's talk about one of your guys' favorite animals, the narwhal. The narwhal looks really funny. Okay, maybe some of you don't think he looks so funny, but he has that big long tooth thing coming out of his face. It's actually a tooth. Sorry, it's not a horn. And it doesn't even actually come out of the front, it actually comes out of the side of their face. He's a pretty crazy creature. The reason why he has this long tooth, it's actually for defense. They use it to fight off other narwhals. Killer whales sound scary, but they're actually not. You ever heard of Shamu or an orca whale? That's actually what a killer whale is. The killer whales got their name because a long time ago, pirates and sea captains saw killer whales eating things like sea lions and seals, and they were like, oh my gosh, they're killer whales, and they were frightened of them. But guess what? They're not that bad. They don't hurt people unless they think that they're a seal or a sea lion. So killer whales, or also known as orcas, are actually also very smart. Have you ever seen a show at like SeaWorld? They can do a lot of crazy tricks. Pilot whales. Now, pilot whales get their name from the fact that they live in what's called a pod or a group, and they will pilot themselves all in the same direction. If one pilot whale goes off track, the whole group will follow that one whale. So the last ones we're going to talk about are the dolphin and the porpoise. Now, a dolphin and a porpoise are very similar, but their head shapes are different, and that's what makes them a porpoise and a dolphin. A dolphin has a very pointed nose, and a porpoise has a very blunt or rounded nose.